it is time for the quick hits. And the quick hits is basically a short segment where we have news stories that don't necessarily deserve a deep dive, but we are going to address them pretty quickly, hopefully quickly for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into that. First up, we have the Nintendo Direct that was canceled due to a earthquake in Japan. So what date did this happen?
This was the earthquake, I believe, was on the Wednesday. It was the day before. The Nintendo Direct was scheduled for Thursday. So they had power outages. They had power outages and fatalities and stuff like that. So of course that's gonna this is no time for Nintendo Direct. So
right, I understand that.
Nintendo hasn't announced a new date for that. So so look for the replacement Direct coming out sometime soon.
Right, and in this Direct, they were supposed to go over some Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS games. So it'll be actually interesting to see what they have in store for the Nintendo 3DS, because there hasn't really been a lot of announcements based around the only real portable console out there. It's the last one.
It's the last one. And you know what? And I meant to add this. I'm sorry. First off, I do want to say I thought some affected in Japan. Hopefully you recover soon. I did want to talk about, and I didn't add it into the thing, I forgot, just the cloud saves for Nintendo's online service.
Yeah, that is very true.
So Nintendo's online service is launching sometime, is within the next 2 weeks, right? They said the end of September.
Yep.
But we found out that some games won't have cloud save ability.
Right, and for those of you that may not remember, Cloud Saves is currently exclusive to the Nintendo Switch Online service.
Right.
So if you do not have Nintendo Switch Online, you don't have the ability to save your game saves to the cloud. But even with the online service, some games are not going to support it. And man, this definitely rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, and it's some big games like the Pokemon Go series that's coming out, Eevee and Pikachu. Also like NBA 2K19, FIFA 19, Dark Souls. None of those are going to have cloud save, and what their reasoning is that they don't want people to cheat. People will be able to revert to old saves in the cloud. Blah 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 blah. That doesn't make any sense to me. I guess.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't. If that's the reason, it doesn't make sense for the different types of games that are being excluded, because there's no cheating in Dark Souls.
Right.
Like if you don't have the most updated version, you're not playing online because. Yeah. So that doesn't even make sense in the context of the other titles.
I don't understand what's going on here, but what it seems to me is when Nintendo implemented their cloud save service. So with PlayStation and Xbox, the cloud save, even if you take it offline, when you go back online, those saves sync, right? And it basically keeps the newest available. It seems to me as Nintendo doesn't have that functionality. So if you take your Switch offline and play and make progress, you can actually go back and pull the cloud save and overwrite your newest save, which is an odd implementation. But
I don't know, dude. This is just another instance of like the Switch should have just been developed longer because stuff like this is stupid.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't know how to do online, and that's what that stands to me, is that they don't know how to do online.
Well, I mean, I have not committed to purchasing the online service as of right now. The only games that I have that are online are Splatoon, Mario Kart, and Mario Tennis Aces. I don't plan on playing any of those games anymore, to be truly honest. So I don't have to worry about it. But it will become an issue when Smash Brothers comes out, because I'm definitely going to want to play that game online. But this has been my stance since the announcement of the Switch Online service, is that it's not worth it.
Right.
I don't think it's worth it. even at the cheaper price point at, what is it, $10 a year?
$20.
$20 a year?
Yeah, $20 a year, and then $35.99 or $35 for 8.
For 8 people? Yeah. I don't know. Even with all that, I think like it's not even worth it, man.
I agree.
Because there's a lot of stuff on the Nintendo Switch that they are failing behind. You know, cloud saves as an example. But man, this is really gonna suck for people like me that don't think that Nintendo deserves their money.
Yeah, struggle bus.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's go ahead and move on to the next story in our quick hit section. It's supposed to be quick. That wasn't quick at all.
Yeah.
So let's run through this one. Alexa can now control your Xbox One via Cortana.
Yes. So basically, and this is something that Microsoft and Amazon. Been a while since Amazon's Echo and Microsoft's Cortana have been able to interface, but it's been mainly business applications. So like you've been able to ask Cortana, open your Echo and ask Cortana for what's in your Microsoft Outlook calendar, or what do you have scheduled, or stuff like that, or to set reminders.
Okay.
Now they've added Xbox One functionality. You can turn your Xbox on and off. You can launch games. You can start and stop mixer broadcasts, change the volumes, pause, play, screenshots, and stuff like that. And it basically works just like the Kinect works. It's the same thing. And basically, you do I can't say the wake up word because then I'll have problems in the house. But you just utter the wake up word and then say ask Cortana, and at a feedback. Hey, Cortana here, and then you do whatever your instruction is. Hey, Cortana launched Netflix on Xbox, and it'll do that for you. So, yeah. You
just had to make sure nothing happened over there.
Right. Yeah, I had to make sure nothing's happening.
Freaking snap to the left over there.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, this is cool. It'll definitely work out for those who do not have the Kinect.
Right.
Because I actually still have mine, because my Xbox One was bundled with it. I shouldn't say bundle, because it wasn't cheaper. It attached to the hip, more like it. Yeah. It came with it, and I haven't gotten rid of it. So yeah, I still have all of those like basic features at my disposal. People that don't have the Kinect are able, or haven't been able to do it until now. So if you have an Echo, now you can mess around with Cortana on Xbox. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's currently only available for people in the Xbox Insider program.
Right.
There's 3 levels. There's what's it called? It's a stupid name because Microsoft is stupid. I'm going to tell you what it is because I want you to tell me it's stupid because I think it's stupid and I just need some.
What is like the alpha ring and the beta ring, right?
No, there's a third one that's before the alpha ring. It is called the Skip Ahead Alpha.
Ahead Alpha.
Yeah, the Skip Ahead Alpha, and beta rings. And to be fair, I am in a Skip Ahead ring, so I am a member. I still think it's dumb.
Yeah, dumb name. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next story. And this one is pretty interesting, if you ask me,
I think so.
Because we have a company being closed down. Carbine Studios, which was a division of NC Soft, is being shut down. They were in charge of the game
Wild MMO.
Wild something.
Yeah, Wild. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's called Wild Star. It's
Wild
a Western.
Star.
Yeah, it's like it's a Western type game. They have robots and a rock dude, and it's an MMO for sure.
Okay.
It's an MMORPG is set in a Western styled themed
world.
Different characters, that aliens and monsters and such. It actually, this is the first I've heard of this game. It looked kind of cool.
I've never heard of this game. It came out in 2004 though.
Yeah.
2014. I'm sorry.
14, yeah. And what's notable is that this studio was actually founded by a bunch of ex-Blizzard employees.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I mean, and if you look at the game, you can see underlying the World of Warcraft style.
Oh yeah, the influence there. Yeah, of course.
So, and this is It's disappointing. I guess they made this one game and it just didn't really pick up because the game doesn't seem to be very popular.
No, it's like has not been on my radar whatsoever.
Yeah, so you always hate to see people out of a job. I guess they have 15 days that will be losing their job, and they're going to be winding down the game. They're going, of course, the system is going out. The studio is going out of business. They're going to shut down the game. The cool thing is that NCSoft, the publisher, has said they'll refund any and all microtransaction purchases players made in the game. So,
since when though?
They didn't give a date.
I was like, they could talk about ever. Like that's crazy. 2014 wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But they did offer. They said they will be offering refunds for microtransactions in games. So they didn't. There's not many details, but I'm sure that in game people are getting messages for people that are still playing the game.
Cool. Cool. It's always a good thing when you're able to get your money back from a game. And this is a question that we may want to bring up in either a long form or a weekly icebreaker. But it's like, man, back in the day, there weren't a lot of games that just closed down and you just couldn't play them anymore.
Right. That's a new thing, right?
That's just that's a really new thing.
Yeah, the advent of massive multiplayer and the online culture where every game has to be online, play PvP.
And then if it goes offline, like you can't play. Like
can't
it's
play
over.
Anyway. Yep, and if a company goes bust, it's the end of it, right? Yeah. And there's no way for you to get it back. And we talked about this I think it was probably some months back, where people were bringing those EA games back on their own servers, and they got cease and desist. I'm sure that it's possible that there could be a dedicated base that would do something like that, but that's definitely a long form, something we could look into.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. So we'll definitely be talking about that because that's a very interesting concept in my opinion. And we have one more story in the quick hits. Let's go ahead and bring that up, and it's surrounding the Overwatch League.
Yeah.
Haven't talked about it in a few weeks. Well, since it ended, but man, the Overwatch League definitely was in just about every headline that we had. Whether it was like one team triumphing over another or controversy, surrounding the league in its entirety. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the stories that come out of season 2, which is set to start up when.
Oh, you don't.
When are they even starting season 2?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I think it's the last league. It started sometime in October. So I would.
Overwatch League returns in 2019. Okay. Yeah, so it's not starting up until next year.
Okay.
But the story that we have for you guys today is that they will be adding more teams to the league itself. So this is pretty interesting.
Yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, we talked about them adding. They announced 2 new. They announced a team in Atlanta and Guangzhou. So they've added 6 more teams to that. So they were initially going from 12 to 15. Now they're going from 12 to 20 for a total of 8 new teams. So including in addition, I should say, to Atlanta and Guangzhou is Chengdu, Hangzhou, Toronto, Vancouver, DC, Washington DC. So we get a local team.
Heyo.
Paris, France. I wouldn't trust the French teams because they're just ruined.
That's messed up, man.
But yeah, so they're going from 12 to 20 teams. And remember, these teams aren't free. I think the wasn't it like 140 million? No, 20 million.
Something crazy.
It's a big number. It's a franchise fee. Yeah, and it's not a small franchise. These teams off the ground, so there's still money pouring into the Overwatch League, and for all intents and purposes, the first season was pretty successful,
I would say. I didn't even watch it like on a regular basis, but I couldn't stop hearing about it everywhere else.
In the first year, they were able to go Twitch to air their finals on ESPN.
Crazy.
I would say that's.
Yeah, definitely a success story. There's plenty of games that have been doing esports for way longer that haven't had the success that Overwatch has had.
You got League of Legends. You got what's the dumb CS:GO.
Yeah, been in the esports game for a long time.
StarCraft.
Even Dota 2 has it.
Yep, Dota 2
on ESPN, and we talked about how they had that huge prize pool. But man, Overwatch is just killing it.
Yeah, they have one of the biggest tournaments every year. The Internationals is one of the biggest esports tournaments going.
Yeah. Well,
Evo hasn't been on ESPN either.
No. Yes, it has.
Oh, has it really?
Yeah, Evo was on ESPN. Not the main channel.
Was it ESPN or was it TNT?
Oh, I don't remember. I
think it was TNT.
It might have been, but still, definitely, looking forward to season 2 of Overwatch, and their 8 new teams starting in 2019. So yeah, we got a little bit of time until that starts. But yeah, that was our quick hit sections. It wasn't very quick at all, and I do apologize for that. We're just so enthused by gaming news that we just ramble on and talk about it ad nauseum. Pretty much. That's my word of the day, nauseum.
I know.
Yeah, I've been trying to add that into my vocabulary.